The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is, do you accept Conor McGregor's apology for punching an old man in a pub? And we're going to start this segment off with someone who's been to Ireland. In fact, how long did you live out there?
2 years.
2 years. So,
we lived in Ireland. Dublin, Ireland. Okay, then.
So
he was in his hood.
Yeah, he wasn't playing. He was in Dublin. He was in the Dub.
he was out there in the Dub for 2 years. The complex was in Ireland for 2 years. And basically, do you accept the apology? Do you think people in Ireland will accept the apology? What's the culture like in terms of the pub life out there? I know that's a lot.
You know what's funny about Ireland is that Conor McGregor is not your normal Irishman. Irish people are actually pretty chill, humble, even a little self-deprecating. They don't really care about fame and whatnot. They don't amp people up. Like, you could be a famous person in Ireland and people aren't gonna rush you. They're not gonna care about you. They're gonna just like, oh cool, that's so-and-so. Alright, I see them and I'm gonna let them go about their business. They're not really about that. So Conor being a kind of brash, almost a white money Mayweather, like, you know, fancy cars and clothes and stuff. So it rubs a lot of Irish people the wrong way because that's not their culture normally. You know what I mean? Especially the older generation, they think it's too bravado. It's something that they would actually make fun of like Americans for doing or other people for doing. So him taking on that kind of persona is a little bit weird to them. Conor punching the guy in the pub, I mean, there is really no excuse for that. You know what I mean? Conor's wilding out right now. I think even he's realizing he's wilding out a bit. You know, he made the most money possible in the Mayweather fight. Then he went and got his ass whooped by Khabib in MMA. So now he's kind of in a crossroads. Where does he go? He's got his whiskey company. The dude probably don't want to drink his trash whiskey. You know what I mean? The dude wants to drink a real whiskey or drink a real beer. And he's like,
we don't drink Conor piss.
Yeah, we don't want to drink that stuff. And then Conor flipped out on him. You know what I mean? And I just think you start to see certain signs when people are kind of going on a downward spiral. You know, one interesting thing that Conor mentioned in his kind of interview or apology, you know, tour was like, you know, he doesn't want to be coming up with stories of people who goes broke, who like doesn't leave money for his family, ends up having to fight because he needs to. And, you know, as much money as you make, as if you burn it too fast, it's gonna go. You know what I mean? Conor's got to really cut back to his roots of what brought him into the sport, for him to really get back into the good graces of the fans, but also to get back on the right track. You know, I mean, he was doing all these private plane flights, and I remember one time he posted, it was like, he was in first class seat, and he was like, yeah, I gotta slow down on the private plane flights. It's a lot of money, you know what I mean? He's burning money, he's trying to start a whiskey business. I mean, we've seen this all before. Guys trying to start businesses of things they don't know about, and they burns up all their money. So, you know, and I think him lashing out at people, he fought a fan in Miami, he has all these other stories that actually are happening around that we don't really hear about. Like, they said he assaulted some girl in a club. Then there's also talks of him having another child with another woman. So Conor's, you know, a young dude with money, and young dudes with money wild out. He's got to slow it down, pump the brakes, and really get back to the basics of what he's doing. If it's going to be a boxing, MMA, whatever he chooses, he can make a lot of money. He's got the character, he can sell the fights, but at the end of the day, he's got to chill out in real life, because in real life, she can get real fast, and it's about to for him.
Did you accept the apology?
Yeah, no, I mean, whatever. It's a fake apology. I thought it was kind of fake. Because he was like, well, you know, it happened so long ago, and, you know, I should have done it, but, you know, whatever. It's like, I don't think it's excusable. Even if you apologize, it's kind of inexcusable. A bunch of old men. And the old man took it like a champ, so shout out to him.
Right. True.
Like I said on last episode of Boxing Bros, there's a reason to push an old man with glasses in the wheelchair down a flight of stairs. You just don't do it. And I see that Conor said the same thing. Like, yeah, I made amends, and I'm apologizing, making a public apology, but at the end of the day, what I did was inexcusable. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with him. What you did was inexcusable, but hey, you got the complexion for the protection. You're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be all right.
I agree with Trell, but I did have issues with his apology. For one, if he's sincere, you're not going to start off with the buts and the howevers. You're just going to be like, what I did was wrong, and I'm sincerely apologetic, and I ask for everyone to forgive me. Once you start going like, yo, this is old, you know, I already made amends to the family, I don't even know why this is coming up now, off rip, it's like, why it's coming up now? It's because people see the footage. Once we see the footage, you're like, damn, I messed up. Because again, Conor is a superstar. And not to mention, he's an ambassador of the UFC. You know, like, so it's not just you anymore. You got to think about your family. You got to think about Dana White and the UFC and all of that other stuff. You know what I mean? And so I don't know who's in charge of his public relations, but I feel like his ESPN apology could have been a lot better.
I agree in terms of the sincerity of his apology. You could nitpick at it. He did say things you're taught not to say when you're apologizing, but I think about it, and when's the last time you've seen Conor McGregor apologize for anything? So the fact that he's making this apology, I think, shows that he's gone a bit too far, and he knew he had to do something to redeem himself. Now, he also mentioned possibly getting back in the ring and putting on more fights. Whether or not the UFC is going to allow that, I don't know. Or who knows what he's going to try to do. He's one guy who has a boxing record and a UFC record. And I mean, I threw this out there before, just speaking among the group, but I would like to see Pacquiao knock him out. But with that being said, I think Conor McGregor is someone who's realizing that he's no longer the star he once was. And when you're no longer the star that you once were due to the loss to Mayweather and the loss to Khabib, you can't get away with things you used to be able to get away with. And that's the problem with fallen stars who had bad attitudes and are used to getting away with bad behavior. There becomes a point when your star starts to decline and people will no longer tolerate certain behaviors from you that you used to get away with. And I think Conor is finding that threshold and meeting that median where you're going to be held accountable for what you do. You're no longer so charming that people are going to accept this behavior from you. And he knows that now because of this apology.
Conor's gonna fight Nate Diaz. But yo, thank you for watching Boxing Bros. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. This is the Boxing Bros.